Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. I think we're ready to put the Gungan challenge behind us and try to get it a red crate yet again. It's quite doable. I guess it will depend obviously on how highly geared your Jawas are. I was able to get it done with mine. Bit of an RNG run. I think that I needed 5 or 6 attempts to line up my Jawas, so I guess not particularly difficult. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below how you guys are getting on with your Jawas in today's challenge. As always, I'll cover the modifiers and defeats first and then show you the battles. I got a few different options, so there'll be YouTube chapters below if you want to skip through. Otherwise, let's go ahead and have a look at the Tatooine modifier. The Dune Sandstorm. I think probably you're familiar with this one. Whenever any unit takes a turn where every other turn all units are inflicted with damage over times. Now Jawas, they don't have a way to dispel these, but neither does the enemy, so it's really like a bit of a, you know, a contest, like who can outlast the other enemy really. Then the Jawa modifier does a lot of things. Jawas have plus 100% protection, so this will a little bit help you offset those damage over times, because damage over times are based on health, so you want low health pool and high protection pool in order for this to work. We get a lot of other stuff as well, so whenever thermal detonators explode, Jawas will be recovering 100% protection, game stun speed as well. Lots of other bonuses as well, like inflicting additional thermal detonators and things like that. So as long as you can survive the opening sequence, first couple of turns, once those thermals start popping, you know, you should be in good place, I think. And then in terms of the enemy modifier, they get the Imperial armor, so I think that's the weaker modifier, not the endless ranks one. They still do get some revives though. But each of them just gets 1 revive each, so it's not like shared across with endless ranks. And also when they do revive, they will inflict stagger on all of your guys, which is, I guess, not ideal. Some other bonuses as well, but for the purpose of today's challenge, they don't really do a whole lot. In terms of defeats, we have to win with a full team of Jawas, then inflict thermal detonators 40 times and win after defeating 3 enemies in the same turn. Now, if you do have solid Jawas, you could probably do all of these feats in a single attempt. I wasn't able to get it done, but you will see in the battle how it could work. Now, luckily, no Piet. Usually, whenever we do have Imperial Troopers, they put Piet in there. This time, not. However, Magma Trooper is the tricky one because, you know, anytime he gains damage over time, he's just getting a bunch of bonus turn meters. So Magma Trooper will be getting a lot of turns. Then he also got AoE that removes turn meter and things like that. So he really is the main troublemaker here. So yeah, thanks EG for not giving Piet on the enemy side. I think this would be much more difficult with Piet in there. Okay, I will first do the Crushing feat. I guess probably many ways to do this. But because we do have so many damage over times on the field already, might as well throw in Watson Bor so you can line up his special ability and then defeat 3 enemies or more in the same turn. We got Vader here for more damage over times. And also obviously these damage over times that will keep reapplying, so eventually these guys will start dying off. However, before they do die off, you will want to use what's special there, which I will show you. But anyway, it's good to have a Preton there just so that, you know, the other guys can survive the opening sequence. I will go ahead and drop an Isolate here on Magma Trooper just to stop his turn meter gains. And now we can just a little bit try to keep these guys under control. Let's get a stun on Death Trooper. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into Merciless, obviously. A round of basics, Force Crush and things like that. You know, normally what you do when you're Merciless. There we go, more damage over times over there. Basic on Stark, basic on Death Trooper. Sure, let's put a basic on Shore Trooper, because he's the healthiest. Then I'm just going to use basic and dispel damage over times from what, just to make sure he survives, because he's obviously not a Sith, so Trey won't be able to cleanse him. Okay, so these guys are slowly getting a little bit lower in their health pool, so hopefully we can line this up in a moment now. There we go. I think we should be good here. Let's go ahead and trigger those damage over times by using the protection over time ability there from what? There we go. Defeated Veers, Stark, and Death Troopers. So that's all what I needed here for the crush them feat. So now I can just go ahead and wreck these guys very, very quickly. And this now for me completed this feat where you have to defeat at least 3 enemies in the same turn. So this out of the way, let's go ahead and do some thermal detonator feats. So if you do have obviously Jabba, that's gonna be the way to go. If not, the bounty hunters with Bossk as well can get it done. Some RNG involved in this one, I guess, but you know, I was able to get it after a couple of attempts. Let's go ahead and get a taunt up. Okay, that's fine. So you can see what works really well here is that with Bossk lead, whenever damage over times are inflicted on the enemy, we are actually recovering health and protection. So this kind of gives you a lot of survivability for your guys. But on that, you know, just kind of keep going. Magma Trooper there died off from damage over times already. Also bringing in Dengar, he as well has got an AoE that can let thermal detonators on the enemy, just to help out Leia a little bit there, because these guys, they do eventually start dying off. Alright, sure, just basic, give me more thermal detonators here. As you can see, Magma Trooper annoying with his AoEs. Alright, okay, I'll just do one of our AoEs as well. So we got contract triggered, let's go ahead, dispel everything. Get some thermal detonators as well with Dengar. Okay, and now they start dying off. Magma Troopers down. Okay, Mando, let's go ahead, take care of Short Trooper there, and now we just have to finish up these guys, and we should be good to go here for the thermal detonator feat with bounty hunters. So that's one way of getting thermal detonators with bounty hunters, either obviously with Jabba or not. If you don't have Jabba, also these bounty hunters can get it done. And if you do have Rey, just throw in your Jawas. Even if you do have low gear Jawas, Rey's lifeblood should be able to keep them alive. Just make sure you put lifeblood on Scavenger, because you know he will help you even with more thermal detonators on top of Jawa modifier. You can just hit autoplay and get it done, or also this squad you could potentially line up an AoE with Scavenger and proc all those thermal detonators to defeat 3 enemies in the same turn, or a lineup as well, maybe an ultimate from Rey to get it done, because at this point I already had the crush them feat done. I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but looking back at it, there you go, I defeated 2 enemies there with the AoE from Scavenger. So maybe lining that up a little bit better, you could also get it done this way. But as you know, I said, you could just probably hit autoplay at this point. I was just kind of menu playing just to make sure AI doesn't do anything silly. But again, looking back at the footage, I don't think what AI would do any different than me, just kind of, you know, using live blood and stuff. We should be good to go here. Couple of turns, enemies will just kind of die off eventually whenever they get a turn. Oh, there we go, another thermal detonators. And 2 goes down, so that's another way how you could get a thermal detonator feat done. So with crush them and thermal detonator feat done, you will unlock silver crate, which gives you 2 Omicrons. So if your Jawas are really horrible, they can't do anything. But as long as you got okay Jawas, tier 6, I mean my Jawas was very easy, but I could probably see this even with lower gear Jawas working, I'm not sure. I just hit full auto, and yeah, these guys barely made a dent into my Jawas here. They are gear 12 though, but probably I would imagine even gear 8, gear 9 Jawas here would be enough, a tier 6. And this will now unlock for you gold crate, which obviously still gives you 2 Omicron, a little bit more mod slicing materials and things like that. So if you do want a little bit remod your Jawas for this one and give it a go, you can hop over to tier 10. So that's what I've done. I remodded now my Jawas. I just put speed sets on them, and then all protection primaries, including arrow. So so basically they all get 100% extra protection for mods, and they get extra 100% protection as well from their modifiers. So they will have a whole lot of protection. So hopefully we can now survive the initial barrage from the Imperial troopers, and then let those thermal detonators and damage over time so obviously get it done. Anyway, hopping in the battle now, and let me show you. So I just try not to attack these guys, just let them hit me, not try to take too many turns, so I don't get too many damage over times on me. So you can see, started losing Jawas, but just once you get to the last 2 Jawas, you know, you can kind of hang in there already because thermal detonators stop popping. But again, I need like 5 or 6 attempts. I just showed you 1 fail there, so you don't get an idea. It's you know, very easy and straightforward. So this is attempt number 6, I believe, and here I was able to line up. I lost 1 Jawa already. I lost 2 Jawas, 3 Jawas, but at this point they've got so much thermal detonators that they just start exploding. So just a case of us surviving here. There we go. Even with Death Mark, they can't get through Nebit there just because we've got so much protection, and all this damage from Death Mark and damage over time is based on health. So basically we're not taking a whole lot of damage. So you can see from the modifier we stacked so much speed that we are now running circles around these guys. So we just need that trooper. Come on, buddy. It's okay. Take a turn. There we go. And that's how I was able to complete with my Jawas here as well on tier 10, which for me personally got me the red crate. And there you go, guys. That's all for today's video. Hopefully it was useful and helpful, just, you know, showing the teams that I tried. Again, many ways to do all of these feats as always, but hopefully there was something here helpful for you. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.